Good morning, friends. Today I am going to speak about one of the tragedies of Shakespeare, Othello. This play is prescribed to most of the college student, BA and MA student. Today I am going to speak about this. This play is prescribed to the Periyar University MA first year student. Shakespeare is also one of the tragedies. Shakespeare has written the plays, 37 plays. Yeah, we know very well William Shakespeare. He born in the year of 1564 and died in the year of 1616. He has written 37 plays. In that 37 plays, romantic plays and tragedies, historical plays, romantic comedies, and tragedies, pure tragedies. In that 37, the pure tragedies, the first one is that Hamlet, and second one is that King Lear, and third one is Othello and Macbeth. They are known as that the pure tragedy. Tragedy means what? End with some sad end. Sad end. All the major characters will be killed because tragedies happens between that struggle between the good and evils. Good and evils. In this play and Othello, as that one evil character, there is a fight between the whole word between that two person. One is that Othello, another one is that Iago. Iago is villain of this play. Othello is that hero of this play. But unnecessarily, and many people had been killed on the issues between that Iago and Othello. Before going to say that full history and summary of this play, I would like to say some of that informations regarding with the main theme and main plot of that tragedies. In the Hamlet, what is that tragic flaw? What happened makes a friendship, madness, and also revenge. Madness. People have that madness to take revenge, to take the power, and because of misuse of this power of any powerful person. And King Lear stands for blind love. Due to blind love, his life is doomed. His life is spoiled by this one blind love. And he begot three daughters. One Cornelia Regan is very dangerous, evil elements, but Cordelia is that good elements. Without knowing that love of Cordelia, his life, he died. Cordelia is also and died. Cornelia is also died. Regan is also died, and their husbands were killed. All the people as death major characters in Hamlet. And his father, old Hamlet, was killed by his brother by adding poison in his ear while he was sleeping in that garden. Finally, he said that he died due to snake bite. Said like that. My father is also and commit suicide to pour poison in the ear. No one can save their life. But my father did not get education like this. How he come across to commit suicide by pouring poison? But he did not know about this Hamlet or any other Shakespeare plays. But anyhow, regarding for this, in Othello is a suspicion because he is suspected and his only wife, a beautiful wife, suspect. Whoever has suspicion in their heart, their life will be doomed. That is important for this. And Macbeth is greediness, parasite. And if whoever have that malice and revengeful deeds and blind love, suspicion, greediness in their heart, that people cannot get any happy ending. They cannot get any happiness in their life. For Julius is a blind courage. When he was blind courage, King Lear is doomed and died and killed in this play by blind love. Where Julius Caesar had that blind courage, because when he was moving to the heights of March, and a prophet announced him, beware of and heights of March. But he ignored his from a prophet's voice, as well as warning, as well as his wife warning. Due to he believed his friend Brutus' words. That's why, and he was murdered by his friend, 18 rival groups. And Antony and Cleopatra love madness. He didn't care about his position, care about his country, care about his any other things. He didn't worry for death of his first wife. He didn't care about the health of the second wife, Octavia. That is the reason he had that blind love with that Cleopatra. That is why his life also doomed, and Cleopatra is also commit suicide. In Romeo and Juliet, and two young people and died because of that family feud between that two families. So people used to say Shakespeare is run out, old one. Reading of this, having knowledge about Shakespeare is a waste things. It is not a waste things, and the world is gold. People used to say Shakespeare is world. Shakespeare plays are world. No doubt he is the king of dramatist, and his all information is essential to lead better life in this world is more important. If you want make your life is romance and comedy, happy ending, you should not have madness or revengeful intention in your heart. You should not have blind love with anyone. You should not have suspicion in your heart. You should not have greediness on anything, everything. You don't have that blind courage. And also you should not have that love madness of Antony's with and Cleopatra. You should not have that the family members should not have that cold war and feud regarding with this. These are the things. What is happens between the Iago and Othello? Actually, this play revolves around to develop that one of the island that is called Cyprus Island. Cyprus Island, which was in that border between the Turkish and Venice. How that India have problem on the issue of Kashmir. The Kashmir is claimed by Pakistan as well as that in India. The same manner, the Cyprus Island, Cyprus Island that is very rich and island, fertile island. That's why Ottoman Turkish also claimed that Cyprus Islands belongs to us. But Venice also, an emperor, Venice also, Cyprus and Turkish, Cyprus Island, and he claimed for this. How India claimed Kashmir, and Pakistan is also claimed their own region Kashmir because of its saffron powder, because of this apple. because of that the snow land regarding with this. Like this, Cyprus Island is also one of the most fertile and land climbed by that Turkish and Venice. That's why Venice is that more powerful than the Turkish. Since the 1464 and Cyprus was undertaken by that Venice country with the appointment of these several regiment generals appointed to defend that island. Whenever the Turkish and invaded Venice to have the Cyprus and they try to how that Karachi used to occupy Siachen and Kashmir and occupied by Pakistan people. To stop that, our Indian government and keep some regiment there like that, and the emperor of that Venice and sent that Othello to defend that island after his predecessor, who is that Montano. Montano was defend that island for the sake of Venetians. All the time Turkish was defeated with that powerful war tactics and honorable and also the powerful defender regarding with this and from here. So his life. What is the reason? How many of we have seen that movie Rajashi? But the school issues between the headmaster, newly arrived headmasters with the senior most assistant headmaster. The assistant deputy headmaster, but actually assistant headmaster will become the headmaster. In the same manner, instead of that directly Jodiga and got appointment from the central government, directly appointed as headmaster in that school. That is why she got lot of problem developed by the and deputy and deputy headmaster, next senior most person, because he eager or willing to become the headmaster. He thought that like that. Finally, she came as headmaster to that school that cannot be digested. The same manner, the regiment of this Cyprus Island under the leadership of that Montana, Iago is that one of the senior most. After that Montana, Iago must become the general of that army. Regiment of this Cyprus Island should be appointed. But anyhow, Othello was directly sent from that Venice because he is that only able, very talented warfare. He can fight with more than 100 person at the soldiers at that time. He used to conquer all the people. He was that African move, very strong person and very strong and very powerful person. But he was the most ugliest person. Even in that one of this movie is also one soldier is challenged with that opponent groups, and also I will defeat before my death. I will defeat your 100 soldier like that. Magadira, Magadira in that movie. And he on that bridge between that more than 100 soldiers were killed finally, and he was killed like that. So Othello is also and very courageous and able. That is why he got direct appointment from that Venice to defend that Cyprus Island from the Turkish invasions. Turkish invasion directly as general to that. It causes some kind of irritation. He cannot how that headmaster, senior most teacher, deputy headmaster get irritation after see that headmaster Chodhya. At the same manner he got some irritation. But anyhow, he is a senior most person in that regiment, in that army. But he cannot deny or he used to follow the order of that emperor and the king of that Venice. King of that Venice regarded. That is why he got the order from that the Venetian ruler and came for that place. So at least he decides to become the at least lieutenant to the general, lieutenant general, and assistants to that Othello. But instead of appoint the senior most person Iago as a lieutenant general of that Cyprus island, and Othello himself he appointed one is the most faithful and loyal, lovable Cassio, his friend as that lieutenant. It increases that agony and angry of the Iago, because first last is general post by the king and of that Othello's. The second the senior junior most persons and surpass and appointed as a lieutenant. It cannot digest by the Iago. That is the reason he decided to ruin the life of Othello. And the life of the spoil that Othello. Because Othello misused that and his power regarding with this. So, through that, in the meanwhile, what's happened? Waiting for that good chance to spoil. But Desdemona is that the only daughter of that one of the senator, Brabantio. Brabantio is that senator of the officers in charge of that Cyprus island, and he only recommended the king to send Othello to defend that island. Brabantio, he had only one daughter. Her name is Desdemona. Desdemona is the most beautiful girl in the Venice, but Othello is that very ugliest and rock and ugliest person in that Venice. But he is black. The racialism is also and a prominent role was and giving importance during that time. And in that Desdemona is fell in love with Othello not because of his color, not because of his handsomeness. She loved him because of his valor, the courage and boldness, and like that on the warfare article, the power Cassio. But in the beginning onwards, Rodrigo is one of the white man, handsome person, and also very richest person. She fell in love with Desdemona, but Desdemona is fell in love with Othello. But anyhow, he made lot of things through Cassio, and both Desdemona is also beautiful girl and white girl, and only daughter of that one of the senator of that Cyprus island. But Rodrigo is also one of the richest the person. He is best sure to that Desdemona because both are white, black, white joined marriage means no problem. Rich, marriage no problem. Rich and poor is a problem. Like that, upper caste, lower caste, marriage is also great problem regarding with this. All whatever it may be, like that. In the meanwhile, she eloped. Actually, Othello did not elope, but Desdemona is eloped to Othello and got married. It caused some kind of irritation and also a great fury in the heart of the Brabantio, because Brabantio did not like to give his only beautiful daughter, the swan, in the hands of that eagle. Hands of the eagle. Eagle is that most powerful bird. Powerful and bad swan is that the most holistic and good woman and very soft and compared for that walking of that girls. She was very the white as snow, some kind of that albadas, albadas, like that. Some kind of that white marble, that's white color. She was that utter darkest person, utter darkest person. And what makes that such a beautiful? And Prabhansho thought that her mind was collapsed and spoiled by the witchcraft. And he had some kind of idea, and her daughter mind is adulterated and spoiled by Othello. With the help of that witchcraft, he cannot reveal his angry against the Othello, because Othello is that the courageous person and a very strong person. Without his service, he cannot defend the island for that Venice, and Turkish will and take over that islands in that for the name for the national welfare, for that prosperities of that people. He digest for this racial discrimination issues that only daughter. That is why due to and angry, he used to say these words like this. Prabhan shows sayings that Desdemona will betray the Othello. Desdemona will betray the Othello's. Look into her more and try our hast eyes to see, and she has deceived me, and as his father, and may you will be deceived like that. And today I am deceived, I am cheated by her, and in the next day, and you will be cheated by her. Don't believe her. And he said like this, and were about his daughter Brabantio. Then Emilia, who is that the wife of that Iago, and also Iago had some kind of and very strong ensign, and also angry with that Othello because of his and misuse of his power, misuse of his power for appointing lieutenant general as well as to become the general of that island regarding for this. Even in that, how many of you have seen that movie Gladiator? The gladiator is not, the gladiators are not born, they were made. People use, in general was, and his father appointed that the hero of that Tocoprio was being as appointed as general of that Roman armies. His son cannot digest that. That's why he murdered his father, and also he ruined that. He murdered the family of that the hero of that gladiator. His wife murdered and son murdered. Finally, he was put into the slave in the time, confined and arrested. So finally, he revenged in that in the same. And the movie is also Superman Thiruvannamalai. Thiruvannamalai is also based upon that Gladiator movie regarding with this. Rodrigo, Propancho, and Emilia is that wife of Iago. Emilia is also wife of Iago, as well as that maid servant of Desdemona, maid servant of and Desdemona, and Bianca is that adulteress and also the friend, the lover of that Cassio, a lover of the Cassio, no way to accept her love, and she had some kind of inclinations and frustrations with that Bianco. I would like to give some more information and how about this play characters Othello, generally in the Venetian military and noble mode. Desdemona is that Othello's wife, and daughter of that Brabantio. Iago is Othello's trusted. Othello's trusted. He believed the words of Iago, and he did not believe the words of that Desdemona. That's why Desdemona was murdered in that spot. And jealous and traitors and ensign of Othello's. The Cassio is that Othello's loyal and most beloved captain. Beloved captain. Emilia is Iago's wife and Desdemona's maid servant. Piango is Cassio's lover. Brabantio is Venetian senator and Desdemona father. And his daughter only got married with the Othello. Regarding Rodrigo is desolate Venetians in love with Desdemona and a friend to Iago. So that Rodrigo is also one of the richest men, ready to help Iago and to win the heart of the Desdemona even after that marriage. Even after that marriage, he is essential, ready to accept her because he loved her more than anything in this world. Rodrigo and Duke of Venice, Duke only appointed directly Othello as the general to that Cyprus regiment army. Cyprus regiment. Graciano is Brabantio brother. He only had poison to the Brabantio. Graciano is had poison to Brabantio on the issues of that marriage between the Desdemona and Othello's, and he complained and accuses Othello win the heart of the Desdemona with the help of the witchcraft, Basium, Mandram. Like that, Graciano, Lodovico is also Brabantio's kinsman and also Desdemona's cousin. Here two suitors, and Lodovico is also have some kind of idea or intentions to get marriage with Desdemona. Rodrigo is also openly and fell in love with Desdemona. But openly and Desdemona has rejected Lodovico as well as Rodrigo, and she fell in love with Othello and married. And that is the likewise in Mumbai. And one friend of mine, he is his name is Kumar. He is a Hindu boy, he fell in love with that beautiful Desdemona like girl, and the most beautiful fell in love with that. But he was a rowdy and also angry person, just like Othello. And he gained that a lot of people curse because of his mistake with that people and problems with that people. And finally, one day he became the madness and then captured by the evil spirit. And he killed his wife and children in his unconscious state. Because of angry, he poured kerosene onto the body of his guru, the most beautiful girl in Mumbai. When I see that girl fell in love with that, he died on that spot after he regained the consciousness and realized that the death of his wife and daughter by him. And he also committed suicide by drinking and water, because of 95% body was burned because of his. So angry man is always nonsense and foolish, but the girls loves only that angry people, and also very courageous and people and nothing good people. They don't like him. Yeah? Most of that rowdy peoples get that beautiful girl, and regarding with that. We know not regarding for this. So like that, Othello is that, Othello is that very powerful person, talented person in the field of warfare. But he is foolish. But he did not believe the words of his wife Desdemona. But he believed his enemy, Iago. Enemy is not. He became that very close and fittest and faithful for persons to that Othello. Because our enemy is not lives in any foreign countries. Our enemy is not comes from that any planets, but our enemies are dwells very close to us. And daily we speak with us. From that person only we are getting lot of problem in our life is more important for this. And bad fortune, and also fortune is also, faith is also important. The faith of this God is decide to doom that life of Desdemona's by the marriage of that and Othello regarding scene that replaced from here. Then Mantua, this the Othello is produces in that government of Cyprus Island. Before arrival of that Othello, that land was Cyprus Island was defended, protected for this government of Cyprus for the sake of Venetian and Duke, which is appointed him. So after that, directly and came. There is a war between that Venice and Turkish on claims of that Cyprus Island since 14th centuries onwards. Iago is pursued the Othello. Iago pursued, and Othello is to be suspicious of that Cassio and Desdemona relationships. The testimonies of an adulterous women at the ex-governors of Montona with Graciano. Iago is also had come to this place. Then why and how did his life was ruined? Even that his Provencio, the father of Desdemona, got angry on the issues of that Othello's and they passed the order. Provencio passed the order to arrest that Othello, and all the officers and army men, captains were thrown in that house of that Othello's. In the meanwhile, the Duke of Venice sent order. There is invasions in the Cyprus island. Go and restore and defend that island. Order is passed by the Duke of Venice. Duke of Venice. But Venetian senator, Duke of Venice is passed the order to that Othello's to save that Cyprus island to the Venetian court. Venetian court regarding with this. So immediately he had gone and he asked Cassio come and along with him. Some of the people asked, take your wife, Desdemona is alive. Desdemona loves very much to see the warfare nature of that, the duel of that Othello's in that real field, in that place. Othello real field, but Othello refuses and asking him to within a week I will come and meet you. We can lead that happy marriage life here. Be here safe, and he leave his wife because of his he under her bad time. The Iago is also he asked that Cassio, but actually Cassio was affected with and some physical problem and disease and fever or headache. He cannot go along with that Othello. But Cassio told first you go and do all the and work for that war with Turkish. I will come and join with you. He said like this because I am able to walk, I am able to fight, concentrate regarding for this. After some days, few days I will come. And he said for this. But it was, and you stopped by Iago. It is a good chance to ruin that life of the life. So immediately Iago is asked, Iago also cancelled his participation in that war and go along with Othello. Now Othello had gone with that regiment and soldiers, captains, except Cassio and Iago, and had gone and he won in that war. In the before and end of this war, Iago asked his wife, Emilia, to bring that handkerchiefs which was given by Othello to Desdemona as a love token. You can see that the love token, one of this English movie, which is called as that Braveheart died. One English movie. That the small girl had given one handkerchief when his father and whole family member was killed by the members were killed by the British army. After that burial, before and he was taken by his uncle to his place, and the one small girl had given one handkerchief with some wild flowers. That he possessed that handkerchief till end of his life. That is that nature and one of the culture to give one and mementos that should be shown or produces at the time of request. So Iago asked his wife, and Emilia go and bring the handkerchief of the Desdemona, which was given by that Othello to him. So, and his wife also, for this life, the death of this Othello and Desdemona, Rodrigo, and many more people, who is responsible for this? Emilia is responsible for this. Emilia, without raising any questions regarding why you want her that handkerchief, without asking, and she had gone to the bedchamber of and Desdemona and opened that bureau and locked her and take that handkerchief handed her husband. Iago. That Iago dropped the kerchief in that Casio bedchamber through the casement, through window, without knowledge of that Casio. Casio did not know whose kerchief that is, and he did not know anything about that. Iago dropped the handkerchief, the love tokens of that Othello which was given by the Desdemona, and dropped into that Casio bedchamber when he was sleeping through the casement under the cot, like this, under the cot. After some days, and Rodrigo, Casio tried to use with that kerchief. That kerchief, he thought that his lover and Bianca had given to him. Like that he used in that restaurant and many more things for this. But after making all this settlement and preparation, and Iago had gone to the battlefield, and he met that Othello, inform about that your wife Desdemona, and had that close relationship with the spoiled heart of Cassio, your wife Cassio, and also Desdemona, and meet each other. They are spending lot of day and night, and together in that immediately Othello did not believe the words of that Iago. And then after some time he think about his condition as well as think about the situations of this Desdemona. But because Othello is know very well, and Rodrigo fell in love with Desdemona. And also this and Brabantse Rodriguez and also Lodavicus also fell in love with Desdemona. And she is the most beautiful girl in this world. But Othello is somewhat an older person rather than Cassio. Somewhat Cassio was more handsome than the Othello. And the appointment of that lieutenant post, Desdemona only recommended that Cassio. Recommend that Cassio being as that because of both a good person or something like this. After thinking about that, I am very old man, very ugliest person. That is why she ruined that. She changed her love regarding he believed. What is the evidence you say? After in that war, Othello got success. Othello got victory over that Turkish army is get back easily. Then return with an angry and get into that bedchamber of that Desdemona. Desdemona with fury, and also he needs some kind of the evidences and proof for your accusation or proof for your informations. So Iago take and Othello to the room side of bedchamber of that Cassio and opened that window, and also he showed the handkerchief with the handkerchief This is under his bedchamber, which was dropped by the Iago, no, not by the Cassio as well as that Desdemona, and no, Desdemona is not that, Captive is safely inside that locker and bureau. But it was no, not by that. So that is why any persons should not allow into our private places for our welfare, for our safety, for our security. Keep them away from that some distance. Don't allow anyone, everybody into the kitchen room as well as to our and safety place and locker. No, keep them to stay only in that living hall or in that lobby, in out of that house. If you allow enemies and get into the house, means definitely you will get problem like a testimony. You will get a problem like a OTHELLO. Our life will be ruined on this great occasion. This is also very good, nice suspicious. Should not, if any person is married with a girl, means after that marriage, that person should not have suspicion at that life partner. So they must believe that words. That the thing is happening in my life. Also, and at the time of marriage, one person is complained about the character and attitudes and past life of and my wife. But I did not believe. Because why I did not believe? I must be believed like OTHELLO. And a statement of that person. If I did not believe, I read this and play. Many man's life is ruined regarding with this. Ruined with this. OTHELLO is helped me to lead that and happy married lives with the son and daughters in that place. And I make that inquiry, interrogation, investigation. But the person who had given that wrong information about that girl, that is proved nowadays. But in that beginning, and I cannot get any evidences regarding with this. Regarding with this. That's why I am have a family. Unless my life should be ruined and doomed regarding with this and over here. So he entered into that room of. After that, he decides to kill and his wife Desdemona, and also he sent Iago with some of the soldiers, the strong, powerful soldiers, to kill that Cassio, because Cassio and spoiled his and wife, ruined his life. He got angry. He sent under this Iago to group of soldiers to kill the Cassio in the same manner directly, and he entered into the bedchamber of Desdemona. After look at that, he is used to speak like this. If I switch off that light, I can. If I switch off that light, I can regain the light. You switch off this light, I know not where the Promethean heat. And that is why, and he entered with rage, with and angry, he entered into the bedchamber and come round and round, and while round part of that Desdemona and chamber, and also he looked at her beauty, Alberta's and color and white color, innocent, the divine and angels. He kissed and his wife again and again. If I killed, I know not and enjoy anything. That's why she walked up to who and OTHELLO. Have you come here to sleep with me? She asked. No, I have come here to kill you. What? Did you pray tonight? Yes, I did regularly. Because unprepared, I will not kill that unprepared soul. Because unprepared soul go to the hell only. So think about your sin. What sin? I did not do any sin. Because he did not know anything. So what has happened to Cassio? He did not what he has did and where is what he did for that Emilia, his maid servant. He did not do anything about that. And she did not do anything regarding with this. That is the reason. That is the reason I do not. Pray now, start. Make a quick prayer. Before that, saying all this conversation, and OTHELLO is asked, and and said that I should himself was speaking before while Desdemona was sleeping on that bed. used to say, if I switch off that light, I regain the light. I switch off this light. Light is used to the life of that testimonies as well as that light of that real illumination regarding for this. So, if I took the rose, I know not, I cannot give life once again. But that is why I will not make any scatter. I don't want to shed that adulterous blood on that ground and that ground. I wanted to give that and gentle and painless and soft death to her. That is why he take the pillow and kissed her lost. Then again he used to speak. If I kill and I cannot give her life again. I know not where that Promethean heat, but I cannot leave her to life because first she betrayed that Rodrigo, and then he himself said, first he betrayed the Rodrigo and betrayed that Lodovico, then after marriage and betray me, as well as she is betrayed the Cassio. If I should not allow this prostitute to do, actually she was a very genuine, very virtuous girl, and innocent girl, divine like a girl. His life is ruined by regarding to this. But she said like that. Why? And after when she was asked for this, do a short prayer and think about your sin, because have you come to kill me? And yes, I want to kill you because you spoiled many men's life. If you leave, many men's life will be spoiled. So I have come to, okay, kill him. So first think about your sin. I did not do any sin. But that sin is only to get married with you. That's why people nowadays feel husband wife any problem. People used to say, only I sin and mistake committed to marry the person, people used to say. The same statement is used by and Shakespeare in that place. The only sin in my life which is committed, that is I marry you. And that I elopement with. That is why I have come to and kill you regarding with this. And Cassio regarding sin that. Think about it and do the prayer short while. No, you will not. Finally, that girl is asked, don't kill today. And also, what is the reason? What is the proof? Come on, produce that handkerchief. That is my handkerchief. I love token. So immediately testimonies had entered into her rooms and ransacked this. She didn't find that kerchief. That kerchief was safely and having that hands of that Cassio and passed through that Emilia. So don't allow any persons, whoever might be, whether it is maid servant or the faithful servant or parent, whoever might be, don't give chances to enter into your private rooms. There is safety. That is for our safety regarding for this. Regarding with this. And she searched, she failed. I know not where it go. I showed that kerchief is with the Cassio. So you change your love to that Cassio, and you used to sleep with him only. You change that. She accuses, no, my lord, but I do not know how it was. So this is in this time Cassio was go and ask at him and make that investigation about that. And said to me, he didn't say like that. I visited him. I had given my kerchief to him. He did not, he will not say. But this time, Cassio might be killed by the honesty of word. Honesty? The honesty is that word used to be in many places. Even that Julius Caesar and used to Mark Antony used to speak like this and like this under the honest, because the word is used regarding for this. Before that, to lay that the dead body of the Julius Caesar, I had come. I am friend of Mark Antony's speech ironical speech to turn the subject and people against the traitors and conspirators and murderers of Julius Caesar used to speak like this before. And Brutus had given that speech regarding this. Yeah. And I used that word honesty because honesty is that best policy people used to say regarding with this. Say regarding with this. Honesty is that. And used to that I am friend of Caesar. I have come here not to praise him, but I have to contact and sing about his funerals. Brutus says he is a honest man. Brutus says himself he is an honest man. Caesar is ambitious. But so you are all, Brutus is an honest man, Caesar is ambitious. So I tell, I am also, Caesar is ambitious, but Brutus is an honest man. 3 times I offer crown to that Julius Caesar, but he all the 3 times declined, denied, not accepted as the governor and duke of that island. But his case is that honest. So that is why I said, and Caesar is an ambitious, and Brutus is an honest man. So under there, Brutus is an honorable man. Brutus is an honest man. The people finally realizes that he invaded into many land and invasion and conquer, and brought all the wealth to put into the national coffer, not his personal safety. Is it you find that? But Brutus said, and Caesar is an ambitious, but Brutus is an honest man. Honest a man regarding for this. But and every man he make a while for that every citizen of that Romans to give that 70 ducats, some kind of that amount. Is it to find that Caesar is ambitious? People subject immediately turn to that. Caesar is an honest man. Brutus is an ambitious. So all the ambitious conspiracies must be killed after only the burial of and this after the burial of this Caesar is done in the honest. But Othello said that dishonest person is an honest person. The honest wife is that dishonest wife. She didn't, Iago only planned to spoil the life of Othello. Without understanding, and he said that honest, go and ask that your honest husband. Emilia said that my husband is honest. How can you know that he is a very villain, very dangerous fellow? But how can you say? But he attended to that and he put that pillow on the face of the testimony, and while killing and strangled, her face was strangled, and also and stopped with that pillow, and this critical condition she and received. Emilia had come to that and bedchamber of testimony to inform after giving searching that Othello is for the issues between that Cassio and Rodrigo. So Iago is appointed Rodrigo to go and kill that Cassio. So Rodrigo had gone. There was a duel between the Cassio and Rodrigo. In that duel, and Rodrigo was murdered by Cassio. And Cassio. In that message brought by that Emilia to that Othello. There was a wrong and foul incident, my lord. Foul, open the door. He tried to kill his wife. But he did not know who is that and died sometimes. Due to anguish, she struggled and groaning. His mornings, he opened the door. What's happened? The foul movement. Cassio and killed her. Cassio killed her, Rodrigo killed her. Rodrigo killed her. Cassio killed her. Rodrigo informed about the wrong murder. Then I have to go and kill the Cassio. He started for this. Then immediately he heard that some moaning sound, the last breath of that Desdemona ascended into that, and Desdemona did not blame her, betray her husband. My husband is an honest man. He is that innocent. I commit suicide myself, he said. Don't blame or anything. Informs to that matter. She died immediately. Why you killed her like this? Because she is adulteress. She is not adulteress. You are the devilish fellow. You are that adulterous man. How can you say? Regarding, go and ask that your husband. You are a honest Iago. Honest Iago. and he is not dishonest. But people also used to say honest person become the dishonest. Dishonest become the honest. And because of that faith, and people used to believe for this. But how can you believe that she ruined the life of Cassio? Because on the handkerchief, which handkerchief? Which was I have given some token of love, but so I have my husband is asked to, and my husband asked me to have that kerchief. I had without knowledge of testimony, I had given that immediately, and she must be killed. She is that villainous woman, just like everywhere there is like Sagni in Mahabharata, Kuni in that Ramayana, Lucifer in that Paradise Lost. There is dangerous people are there in this world. Like that, Emilia is also only root cause for this the dangerous death of this Othello, and finally the Othello will be punished by the Cassio. Yeah, after that incident, and Othello is killed his wife Desdemona, and Cassio and killed that Rodrigo, and Cassio was seriously injured by the Iago, and without knowing that he had come with some of this sanitary in that spot, along with this and ex-governor of that Mantua. With that, Gracianus and Iago is also had come to that spot. By the investigations, proved that Iago is that real villain, and Cassio will be appointed as next general to that Cyprus island. And when he heard about that his wife is innocently and recklessly murdered by him, the honest wife was killed by him, faithful wife killed by him, means immediately, and Desdemona was killed by Othello. Othello is taking his sword, stabs himself and commits suicide. How that the British stabbed himself with the soldiers after come across that, and he unjustly, dishonestly killed his friend. When he realizes, and in order to torture by the spirit of the Julius Caesar and charged with the British like that, he stabbed himself and died. And and Rodrigo is killed by the Cassio, and Iago was handed to the Cassio, and immediately after the intervention, the Duke of Venice also had come to that spot and take the decisions for everything. Again, Provencio is given the chance to the Cassio being as general of that island. The Iago was punished and by the law and order. After that great thorough study about all the things from here in that friend. But anyhow, we should not lead life like and Othello's. That is, we should not have only lead life with only the physical power. We must use our mental power also. We should not believe that the words of others. We should not have any unnecessary, unwanted suspect. The suspect is not only the spoil the life of that only one person. That the suspect of one person may kill that all the whole family members also, the whole village is also. So don't have the suspect in your life to lead that peaceful life in this world. So use your knowledge rather than physical power to get the real success in this world. Even that Vivekananda is also used to serve that, and only courage is wasted. The courage with wisdom is only knowledge is also useless. Only courage is also wasted. Only knowledge is also useless. The courage and knowledge is essential to all the peoples to make use of for that good things in this world is very necessary to us, and virtuous and chaste. The fire and faithfulness is essential to lead that peaceful and happy life. And also we should not give permissions or enter into our private secret places to anyone to say, unless how that testimony is what is only that small kerchief only, and suspicions due to the suspicion which was developed by the Iago without to know that attitude and real character of the persons. We should not accept the statement of the person is essential. Iago is a very dangerous person, and he got some kind of agonies on the appointment of the general of the Cyprus Island, as well as that lieutenant of that and Othello's and general, and that is why. And he must keep eyes on that person in all walks of life to lead life in this world. So don't have the suspicion or madness or revengeful deeds in our. We should not have blind love with anyone. We should not have greediness in our life. It was said by the Lord Buddha is also. What is the problems to our life, your life? Because of that greediness and parasite. Everybody will have that life, but you should not have that greediness.